Kansas Analytics can be a valuable tool in preparing for hearings and even in use in the middle of hearings. We're going to take an example today of a residential property, an easy example, but it gives you an idea of the power of Kansas Analytics. So let's go to review data in the main residential file, and we're looking for our subject property. So we'll hit our filter, and you can find that property by parcel ID or quick ref or by situs address. So we'll just type in the situs address to show you how that works. And there's our subject property. Get a little better idea of it. It's an average grade, good CDU, built in 77, 1,280 square feet, and valued at $153 a square foot with a full basement. Get a little better image. Get an idea of a little better image of the property. There's also, in this case, the county has the sketches of the property in the image file, which is very useful. Okay, so we have a good idea of what this is. Now we may want to look also at a broader map to see where this property sits in relation to the neighborhood. So it sits on a street that ends in a cul-de-sac. We can also go down and take a look at the Zillow data. Okay, sometimes Zillow data has interior pictures, which can be quite useful. I will not make any comment as to the pitfalls or the value of Zillow. It's just an option that is available to you. You can scroll through here and you can see some basic information that they have. And you can compare that to what we have. See if there's any conflicts you can discuss with the property owner. Okay, so now we know their subject property. Let's go look at the rest of the population in that particular neighborhood. I happen to know that neighborhood has a significant number of properties in it. It's 153. So the very first thing we'll do is we'll clear this out. We'll go down and find neighborhood 153. And since we know there's a large number of properties, let's go ahead and start limiting our search. House was built in 1977, so let's limit our search to say 1970 to 1985. That's at your discretion. Square footage from 1,000 square feet to say 1,500. A full basement. The house was an average quality and a good CDU. And that's really all we need at this point. So we hit enter. And within that neighborhood, let's take a quick look at our stats. There are 52 properties that match that criteria. That should be very similar to our subject, with a median value, not sales price, but value of $159, mean of right at 161. So both of those numbers are over the $153 of our subject property. The age is very similar, the size is very similar, and all our characteristics are very similar. So that is telling us that our subject property may in fact be undervalued. Now you can actually snip and clip the statistics information or copy it, paste it into a spreadsheet for your documentation if you need it. Now let's take a look at sales data. Before we go to sales data, let me warn you, due to the nature of this video and the legal requirements, we can't show you the sales prices of these properties, but we can show you the total statistics. So you'll see some things covered up on the screen. So let's go to the sales module. And let's immediately go to our neighborhood that we're looking at, which is 153. And since we know we have a good many properties, we don't have to, we can kind of limit this search. So the first thing we want to do is make sure we're only pulling valid sales. And we'll use the same criteria that we used before, 1970, 1985, 1,000 square feet to 1,500 square feet, a full basement. And let's limit our sales to the last 2 years. And let's see what we had to work with. If we don't have enough sales, we can always broaden our criteria. Okay, so we do have some sales. According to this, we have 5 sales. $164.65 is the median sales price, slightly higher mean. Similar age, similar size. Our ratio is 103. A COD is 4.56, which is very good. And all our criteria is the same. Again, you can snip and clip or copy and paste this information for your hearing documentation. And if you want to take a closer look at the properties, I'll scroll through here. And you take a look at these and see if in your mind they are similar to the subject property. You can see the way this can be used can be expanded, narrowed, whatever, depending on how many sales you are and the type of property. But it's a great tool, can probably eliminate a lot of conflict within a hearing and get your hearing prep done much quicker. Thank you.